Geht weiter mit dem World Masters Champion aus dem Jahre 2004. Ein Mann, der in 2 BDO WM-Finals stand, der einige Finals beim Major-Turnieren im PDC-Circuit erreicht hat. Die Rede ist vom King, Mervyn King.
All hail. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king. In red as he walked from the place where the traitor lost both his name and his face. Through the halls and the corridors, stinking in blood, he tasted his grin.
Mervyn King, die Nummer 20 der Welt, tritt an gegen die aktuelle Nummer 13. Ein sehr erfolgreicher Mann auf der Pro Tour. Hat schon 7 Pro Tour Turniere in seiner Karriere gewinnen können. 3 davon im vergangenen Jahr, im Jahr 2016. Aus Stoke-on-Trent, Ian Diamond White. Der Depp darf nicht fehlen bei Ian White. Caller dieses Matches ist der Kirkulator, Kirk Bevins. Herzlich willkommen.
Mervyn King demanding to see the diamond dab there, reminding Ian White not to let down his fans here in Leverkusen. And Ian White and Mervyn King about to go head-to-head in the second round. Let the viewers into a little secret. Myself, Dan Dawson and Paul Nicholson picked who we thought would be the winners of each match this evening. We all went for exactly the same winners. Didn't just go for all the seeds though. All of us said Mervyn King in this match. Now we'll come to why you think that, Paul, in a second, but I did promise our viewers that I'd ask you another question, because me and Dan Dawson couldn't think of an answer to this trivia question. Has there ever been a player who's won a major tournament and then not been selected for the Premier League? Has that ever happened? Surely not.
Yes, it has. I have the grand title of being the only player to have won a major in a year, and then followed by the next Premier League not being selected. So that is my sort of darting claim to fame when it comes to the Premier League.
I'd like to apologise.
No, you don't want to apologise.
Gentlemen,
I'd like
first
to,
leg
but I'm
is
not going
Ian to throw
anyway.
first. Game on.
So what makes you think that Mervyn King has the beating of Ian White, bearing in mind that Ian White has had the better of Mervyn King for some time? 6-1 he leads the head-to-heads, and Mervyn hasn't beaten Ian White since 2014.
Well, first and foremost, I saw it as a really tight game, but what I saw from Mervyn last week I thought was extremely encouraging. And what I saw from him last night
108
and right now, it all looks to be in sync with Merv right now. His scoring looks good, his doubles look pretty impressive, and he seems to be doing a lot of things right. And I enjoyed watching him last week. I really did. And I think he genuinely enjoyed playing and getting deep into that tournament last week in Vienna. And I just thought maybe he's just got the beating of Ian ever so slightly tonight.
Yeah, when he came onto the stage with a smile on his face this evening, Mervyn King. He's been here since last Tuesday, probably. He is amongst the earliest to arrive in the venue, even when he's playing in the evening, isn't he?
He's been known to be here with the cleaners in the morning. I've never known anybody get here so early. And you do see some people who are playing in the nighttime session be here in the afternoon. But in between, they usually go back to the hotel room and get changed, have a shower. Mervyn doesn't do that. He gets here about 8 hours before and just does his thing.
Well, the practice is paying off, because what a start to this contest. Mervyn King with a perfect first leg. Not in terms of
second leg is Mervyn to throw
dart
first.
thrown. It's not a 9-darter, but it's a breaker throw in 12. And could not have asked for a better start.
Not at all. I just think that Mervyn's been in and out of seeds over the last few weeks. He was seeded in Hamburg, seeded in Vienna,
96.
had to qualify for this one. Met me in the first game, played brilliantly. Then he played a good game against Keegan Brown, winning 6-4. And he continues to make these events.
180.
In fact, he's only missed one of them all year.
Was it you that stopped him, Paul? I think it was, wasn't it?
Well, I've played him that many times. I'm due one of them.
Mervyn King at 180 against a throw in the first leg. Ian White returns the favour in the second.
I do notice that Ian's got new flights. He's not one to change his kit
83.
in between matches or in between tournaments, but he has a new design. If he likes them, he won't change them for a long period.
137.
Ian White provided a comedy moment, didn't he, after losing out to Gary Anderson on the Players' Championship a couple of weekends ago, gate crashing the two-time world champions interview, once with a bag for life and once with a diamond dab.
100.
Bag for life and a dab for life. And you notice on the graphics screen to the right and left of the dartboard, they had his own Ian Diamond White dab
60.
graphic. So you know you're big time when you got your own
138.
screen.
Well, this is a big-time finish. But it's not on, because that's not in. That is. So he's forcing
90.
Mervyn King into action here. 108.
Single 18 leaves double. Shanghai for 2-0.
72.
I'm very surprised he doesn't go for 19 to leave double 16. He is a big fan of double 16.
He is, and he had to step across a long way there to try and get out of the way of the dart that was in the 18 bed.
Third leg is Ian to throw first.
It just proved to be beyond him, and White has cancelled out that break that Mervyn King grabbed in leg one.
We're looking at two old school players, aren't we, Murph? Two guys who've been around the block many, many times. Lots of different accolades to their name. What I say is that, you know, these guys are still playing great darts, but you never know what's going to happen in the future.
95.
You've got to enjoy watching these guys in the now. It's like Phil Taylor's last year this year. Enjoy watching Phil right now, because it's not going to happen again. Although I have a sneaky suspicion. We talked about this earlier, Murph, that we think Phil Taylor's going to do a bit of soft tip next year.
Yeah, there was a post on social media that Phil Taylor's had a soft tip machine installed in his house. Now, Mervyn King, are they the same darts? I think they are the same darts I was using yesterday. Just different camera angle, just providing the illusion that they might not have been there.
Sometimes Mervyn plays with different points.
135.
Sometimes he goes for a slightly different weight, depending on how things are going in the practice room. But it looks like the same setup to me.
48. And you require 132.
White way out ahead in this leg. 132. And that's why he started at treble 20. You may expect players to go for the bullseye,
92.
but it depends on the position in the leg.
Well, Ian White has settled down now. Mervyn King had the great start. Now Ian White
101.
is in this match.
And you require 40.
Mervyn does look a little frustrated. Demeanour has
On the
changed,
third leg, Ian White. Fourth leg is Mervyn to throw first.
and the scoreline has changed. 2-1 to Ian White.
Well, Mervyn did utter, when he was just about to start his walk-on song, that it's very hot, isn't it? Very hot in that treble 20 right now. It's not as hot as it was in Vienna. It's not as hot as it was in Hamburg. He played both of those tournaments. It should be more comfortable up there than the last two European events.
It's not as hot as it was here yesterday.
Yeah, because of the overcast conditions outside, a little bit of rain, cleared the atmosphere. It's very comfortable here.
Hang on a minute. Hold your horses. Red hot darts from Mervyn King. Back-to-back 180s. He looked to be just struggling a little bit in the last leg, but he's certainly found his form here.
96.
180, followed by 180, and we know what that leaves.
Well, he wired it a couple of tournaments ago.
The double that was, not the treble that he's just wired now.
89.
Yeah, he missed double 12 for it in Hamburg. So close. He actually thought it was in when it left his hand. He told me that later on. But great leg from Merv. get him back on terms.
Mervyn Uruguay, 52.
Put my house on the fact this will be 20 double 16.
You've still got your house, Paul. He never said he'd hit it, he just said he'd go for it. He does hit double eight.
Mervyn King.
And levels up the score at 2-2. And Mervyn King, he's playing very, very well here. He's fired in 3 180s. He's averaging way over 100. 103.
96.
But the scoreline's 2-2.
This is what he's been doing over the last few weeks. He's been playing very, very good darts. And Mervyn is, by his own admission, his worst critic. And he firmly believes that some of the best darts of his career are still ahead of him. And he's been around for 20 years already.
Tidy stuff that, isn't it? 2 12 darters from Mervyn King. Sandwiched in between them a 14 and a 13 from Ian White.
What price that we get anything over 15 in this match? It's very possible that this will go all the way with everything 15 and under. This is the kind of darts in this match when they're in the zone.
140.
Very, very possible because they're up to the standard.
Well, that's around the 100 average mark, isn't it?
$137.
How many times do we see Mervyn King go to the right-hand side of the hockey and still hit his target? He's so good at it. And a very, very doable finish of 130.
41.
It's not under too much pressure from White either. So a chance to wrestle back control of the match. Double 5. Oh, wonderful stuff from Mervyn King.
Mervyn King.
So brilliant performance this.
Mervyn to throw first.
Break a throw. Can he follow it up with a hold this time? Because he didn't last time.
Game on.
Another 12 dart leg. The standard in this match has been sensational.
It really has.
Well, in previous times when these guys would have been playing Super League, it'd be county darts.
41.
They would have played best of 5, and that would have been 3-2 to King. He would have won the match. But this is 2017. This is pro darts. This is PDC darts. It's first to 6.
81.
Every winning leg for Mervyn King completed in 4 visits to the board.
100.
Here's a useless fact for you about Mervyn King. He once had an average for his county of over 40 per dart, so over 120. I think it was, from my recollection, 121.86. And that was not the best average of the weekend of county darts.
81.
It was by a guy called Peter Johns of Wales. He averaged something in the region of 127.
Well, Ian White looking to up his average here.
140.
And again, looking to break straight back.
I saw this one going all the way before I looked at it. I did say that I thought that Merv would nick it.
134. In Uruguay, 146.
Ian does a lot of walking. And look at his brow. Really dry. He's up to these conditions. Mervyn just feeling the heat a little bit more.
140.
Well, Mervyn King has provided the highlights, hasn't he? 3
145.
180s, back-to-back 180s at the start of a leg, 130 finish. But Ian White has just plugged away, playing a very good standard of dart.
65. In Uruguay,
And if he
32.
breaks back by landing double 16 here, the fate of the game is in his hands.
It's just workmanlike stuff from Ian White. This is what he does. And to keep the trend going, he's got to hit this.
24. Mervyn Uruguay, 80.
Well, we know when Mervyn's going for this. He is going to go for treble 16. Doesn't matter how many times we say it may not be the percentage shot. This is what he does. Double 16. Got to go inside. Oh, it's brilliant.
Sick leg.
It's brilliant when you hit it.
Something is Ian to throw first.
It's perfect.
Game on.
Perfect shot. Just at the right time. And that 18 dart leg is just as good as the others.
Yeah, well, an 80 checkout following the
58.
130 from the previous leg, but really it was about the missed doubles from Ian White, because he hadn't missed a double before he took aim at double 16. And Mervyn King is not missing very much.
140.
Just managed to steal a march now. For the first time we have a bit of daylight in this contest. And it could be
140.
daylight for Mervyn King. Beat Kim Viljonen yesterday. Knew that would be a tough task, but he got the job done, disposing of the thin 6-3.
140.
If he wins this, he'll take on Jelle Klassen or Devon Peterson.
Yeah, you don't get much daylight in Finland in the winter. And that's Mervyn King wanting daylight in this contest.
59.
He played really well against Kim Viljonen last night, I felt.
Ian White, of course, the seeded player, the higher ranked player.
100.
He's 7 places above Ian. Behind Ian, sorry, in the world rankings. Mervyn at 20 doesn't sit right with me. He's better than that. But that's credit to all the people who have overtaken him.
Well,
People like Hybrechts, Ian White, Michael Smith.
140.
People who've come through.
121.
could break again here. 1-2-1. Might get himself a shot at the bullseye. Needs to hit treble 17 to do so. Doesn't. But this 104 may have to go.
57. In Uruguay, 104.
Well, it might, because look at what Merv's got left. It's everything down the left side, bottom left corner. Now it's tricky. Treble 18. What a dart that is. Double 16.
88.
And that will be the
Uruguay,
target for Mervyn if he
64.
hits 2 single 16s.
Here we go then. Mervyn King, deadly in this area of the board. But he goes for treble 8 for double
Shot
top,
the
but he's
seventh
just as
leg,
deadly on
Mervyn
that.
King. 8th leg is Mervyn to throw first. Game on.
That's a stranger shot for Mervyn King as Simon Whitlock's 78 at the World Cup. It truly is, because Mervyn never leaves tops unless he absolutely has to. He's got 64. I guarantee you he's going for that treble 16. He's got a flyer, unless he confirms with me later that he went for that.
But it was dead centre of the treble 8.
He doesn't realise how good he is at tops, though. We're sponsored by the same dart company.
97.
We've gone through some statistics. What they found out was that Mervyn's one of the best double top hitters in the world, statistically. He just never leaves it. And when he does leave it, he hits it.
137.
Well, this is a very, very good performance from Mervyn King. It could turn out to be the performance of the tournament so far. Still averaging over the ton. And just one leg away. Will it be this leg? And will it dispatch of Ian White 6-2? Yes, you might have fancied Mervyn King to win it. I doubt many people would have fancied him to thrash Ian White in this style.
58.
I wouldn't have picked 6-2. Not at all. I would have said 6-4, 6-5 potentially.
And let's not forget, he's looking for a first win since 2014 against Ian White. White has beaten Mervyn twice this year already. And in the game
100.
that they played last year, Ian White beat him 6-0.
I think we've got a slightly different Mervyn this year, though. He's using the same darts all the time.
190.
He's been fiddling with straighter barrels and the swerve barrels and trying to find out what fits. At the moment, he's sticking with what he's got, and he's getting consistency with it.
44.
It was a European Tour
127.
semi-final when Mervyn King got his own career win against Ian White. Is it going to be another European Tour glory day for Mervyn King? Yes, it is.
Shot.
127 to go with the 130 earlier on. An absolutely sublime performance from Mervyn King. Paul, he's a contender.
He's a contender, all right. Mervyn King hasn't won on the European Tour for a little bit of time. I tell you what, who's going to write him off? Not us. He played brilliantly last week in Vienna, and he is playing again on Sunday tomorrow.
Yeah,
He's going to be playing against Jelle or Devon. We'll find out who wins that one later on.
Could Mervyn King get the crown here this weekend? Takes on Klassen or Peterson. But up next for us, it's Mensur Suljovic against Christian Kiss. First, we're going to hear from Mervyn King talking to Elmar.
Der konstantesten auf der European Tour, hat ja auch schon ein Turnier gewinnen können. Guter Auftritt von ihm. So, jetzt noch die Ohrstöpsel raus, damit er mich verstehen kann. Mervyn, congratulations. That was a good match. The 127 at the end, very, very nice.
It's always nice to finish with a flurry, but just falling over the winning line would have been enough for me. Ian's a great player, very, very nice guy. It means so much to beat him. I did owe him one, to be fair.
When I see you play, sometimes I'm thinking, how can he get this motivation always in? He's practicing so many hours, and is it difficult for you to stay motivated?
I'm not always motivated. The hours I put in are just keeping the arm going and getting the head right. The motivation comes when I get up here.
Is the hunger different to 10, 15 years ago?
The hunger's still the same. The performance isn't quite the same, but I'm going to ride it while it's still going.
Thank you very much, Merv. Mervyn King. Der Mann, der sagt, solche Partien hier oben auf der